So today with me, I have Shivani. Hi,
Hello.
Shivani.
Hi, Wrinkle.
Shivani, please introduce yourself. What do you do in life for a living? Who are you? Where are you
wow.
from?
Okay. So my name is Shivani, so you know. I am a. This is what I always say about myself. I'm HCM, which is a hot career mom.
Wow. That's so cool.
And yes, so I'm a mom of a 13-year-old kid, a boy, and I'm also at the same time working in Akamai. I do senior marketing for the industry team for APJ. So you could say
Okay.
that I'm in the tech industry, and I've been in there for some time, since 2005, before the call
Oh.
center industry. So yes, it's been a while.
Wow. Wow.
It's been a
So,
while.
yeah, it's really been a while. So, what exactly do you do in marketing?
So I've always been in technology. So
Yeah.
meaning if I'm going to start from the very beginning, spent 7 years in the call center industry. I started work at 16, by the way. Yes, story for
Wow.
another day, but okay. But I had the opportunity to go into the tech industry, which was Microsoft, and that was 2005.
Okay.
And I started off there, and I kind of realized that I actually never left the tech industry right up till to date, and now it's 2024. So right
Wow.
now at this point of time, being in Akamai for almost 9 years, I think maybe it's 9 years already, I am now doing industry engagement for APJ, which is Asia Pacific, where I actually look at programs which are for customers for specific related industries. So, I mean, it's like this thing, right? You can sell something, but you can't sell to all. It's not a one size fits all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But your programs can bring you to everyone.
Yeah.
So I pretty much create programs that is towards branding, lead generation, how do you keep your customers sticky?
Nice.
Those kind of things really per se
Lovely.
that for the B2B space. So I've pretty much been in the B2B technology space
Yeah. Yeah.
to be specific.
So,
Yes.
how has it been until now?
I love what I do. I guess that's the reason why I never left the tech
Yeah.
industry. I really love what I do. And in fact, I tell this to a lot of the younger generation, like, hey, if you're not sure what you want to do, anything, go in tech. Go to tech, go in tech. And
That's new really, because I'll tell you what, a lot of the young generation I feel is now, heavily influenced by social media, the internet and all of that into choosing alternate careers, which is not as, how do I put it, as scalable as tech. Giving you a very classic example, people have started anything like this, a podcast, the entertainment industry, they keep coming up with creative and newer things which are, how do I put it, experimental. You understand? It's not something which has a very, very solid foundation and has evolved over years, but is pretty new, dynamic. So, how is it that you tell
So-
people that they can, if they have to choose a career and they're not sure about it, they end up in tech?
Okay. So I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
You mentioned podcasts.
Yeah,
Podcast requires technology equipment, right?
correct.
That's
Oh
tech.
yeah.
That's tech.
In fact, if you go to see, I think everything is tech.
Exactly. But the thing is this, when I mean tech, it's like, look at what's the latest in trends. Not necessarily cybersecurity. Look at AI. Because in
Yeah.
due time, what's going to come is that certain thing that can be done mundane, it's going to be eventually evolved using AI.
Makes sense.
Like right now at this point of time, we are doing a show.
Yeah.
Okay, and there are certain things that would require and need human element to it,
Correct.
to getting it done.
Correct.
In due time to come, certain aspects of it would be refined with better equipment that, hey, you do not need to have that much of human touch to it because it could be replaced with tech.
Right.
But what you would want to do is that be that person, not to replace another human, but how do you actually use that tech? In terms of that. And I say this to the kids. Technology is going to keep evolving for the next
100%.
50 years, next
100%.
60 years.
Yeah.
Go in there. If you're
Yeah.
not sure, okay, not everyone
Yeah.
can be a footballer, you know.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Not everyone's going to be an actress or anything
Of
and all
course.
that. Go in tech. You'll be
Yeah.
very surprised at what you can find. It's not, it's, and especially when it's not necessarily like what it was before. A lot of people think tech means being a software engineer.
Yeah.
No one's asking you to go and be an engineer. You don't need to be a technology engineer. No, you
Yeah,
don't have to
yeah.
do all that. But go understand about tech. Go and study about tech. You could always do business management, but in technology.
Oh, yeah.
You could always do marketing and technology. So in tech, per se, that way.
Yeah, understood. No, that's a very refreshing thought if you really ask me. We have not thought about tech in this way. Honestly, tech is a little intimidating from the outside. You know, it looks like you
Yes.
need to have special skills or you need to have a special set of knowledge or an understanding or a certain education probably to enter into the tech industry. But then, like you said, tech is pretty vast. You can always find your starting point and area of interest. So
Correct.
that's pretty interesting.
So put it this way. I'm in tech, but I'm not a software developer.
yeah,
I'm not an
yeah.
engineer.
Correct.
I didn't go to, I'm in marketing. And if you go to my LinkedIn, it actually says, school did not teach me marketing.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
you see, it did not teach me marketing. I didn't go to school to learn marketing and then
Right.
get into marketing.
Right.
I did sales for a bit, but then I kind of realized that I couldn't deal with rejection. So I went to I know. I can do sales, okay,
Yeah.
but I can't deal with rejection. I'm just taking things personal about it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I say that I eventually got into the tech industry. I didn't have that formal education to say that I needed to know how to fix a computer up or anything like that. No, nothing of that.
Oh, no, that's amazing actually. So this is for all the girls and women out there,
Yep.
you know, that if you're looking out for something new, refreshing, and if you seriously ask me, you want to challenge people a little bit, maybe try tech. So you'll always find something there in tech, right? So no, okay,
200%.
on a serious note, then tell me, since you've been in the tech for so long, how
Okay.
have you seen the evolution of the space for women? And if you can throw some light on your journey, as well as what should women expect if they want to be in tech?
Okay. So my journey, let's look at from scratch, okay?
Right.
And I'm looking at from scratch where I got into technology 2005.
Yeah.
So, wow, next year's 20 years.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
2
a long
decades,
time,
yeah.
okay? In 20 years. Now, at that point of time, of course, being brand new and understanding about products and all that, there was a bit of excitement, but there was also a lot of fear. Like, especially when you see some of the senior level people and all that, and you don't want to say the wrong thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
And I was 25, being young and all that at that point of time. But I did not fear finding things out of my own. Meaning, for example, even if it meant like you're playing with your phone, and at that time, you know, playing with your phone and then going through the apps and looking at settings and this
Yeah.
and that. I mean, it didn't stop me from doing that. So sometimes it's just simply about just piping your own interest to start off that way. Now, it started off that way. Of course, eventually I realized I liked marketing.
Right.
Now, the one thing I think, and I wouldn't say this for myself per se, but it's because I've seen this around. People fear a lot, like especially when it came to, like, say if you're a newbie and you're in a room full of people that have been in the industry or in the role or in the job for many years, so they are very, very experienced in that space.
Right.
You don't want to come in and if you feel that I know the answer to that, but I don't want to say it because I think I might end up looking stupid.
Right. Yeah.
But what's going to happen? Nothing.
Yeah.
If you're going to say an idea, out of the 10 people in the room, yeah, maybe 8 of them might roll their eyes.
Right.
But the 2 of them would actually, at the back of their mind, be thinking, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. And you actually end up being thought about, like, in another conversation, like something, hey, you remember that girl in that
Oh,
team?
yeah. Yeah.
And she said that, why not ask her? You know? So that helps. But I think in order to do that, it's also about a little bit of self-confidence.
Right.
If not, you would always be stuck in that space. And you really think about it. At the most, you say something, you want something. At the most, you just prepare. They're going to say no.
Yeah.
If they say
right.
yes, great, it's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it started off that way. And sometimes I needed to motivate myself. Yes, you have people around.
Yeah.
But that person's not around with you when you're in the room having that
Of
discussion.
course. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
It's like this. If you put it as an example, a salary negotiation.
100%.
Your mom or dad is not going to come and negotiate your salary for you. You know, neither is your teammate, etc. You got to negotiate things yourself. So sometimes it's about taking a little bit of risk.
Yeah.
What is at the most is going to happen? It's okay. It didn't happen.
Yeah. Right.
And I think that's how I learned along.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's how I learned along. And there's no harm in throwing ideas.
Right.
Always maintain your personality. You know,
Right.
don't try being someone else.
Yeah.
You know, you can always look at another person, get their ideas, and look at it as a motivating factor. Like, hey, if that person could go ahead and do that, this and that, I want to be that person someday.
Right.
Whether is it meaning using a little bit of their style, certain things they say, taking it as your daily mantras and all that. I think various stakeholding in that sense helped me in my journey. Yeah. Not forgetting the people around, for sure.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so that, I think, are the little things I did for myself as a female. And especially being in the tech industry where it's the... At that time and now, there's definitely far more women in the industry
Yeah.
compared to before.
Right.
Yeah, but it still was something, certain things I relied on myself and did that. Yeah.
So that's very interesting, actually. Relying on yourself. I think we are our own motivators.
Yes.
We are our biggest strengths, and we need to start believing in that fact, you know. So I'll tell you what. So this podcast is all about the She community, right? I mean, a She community extension is what we are doing this. And I'll give you a very classic example of our very first meetup of the She community.
Okay.
So when all the women came together and we were talking between one another, right? I asked a question to people that, what are you seeking? Why did you not spend this particular Sunday at home and you are here with us, with this group? Okay. What is it that brought you here? Then people started formulating those answers, which was all about, no, I wanted to network and meet people, and this is all about thriving, empowering. They were using some very heavy words. Till I broke it down, I went on a one-on-one chat with people and not found them on tables, but found them in corners later. And one thing that I understood from these women is that if I just have to round up the entire idea about how women feel, is somewhat underconfident, somewhat hesitant, if I have to use the right word. And another thing is they don't believe in themselves. They keep evaluating situations quite a lot.
Yes,
And,
I agree.
Yeah, and all of these girls and women that I met the other day, they were like, I am capable of A, B, C, and D, but I have an X, Y, and Z that I'm working on. But why do they have that list of X, Y, and Z? I always told them, just keep growing and evolving on that A, B, C, and D, and keep enhancing it with every single day. You are all about the A, B, and C. Nobody is actually going to look at the X, Y, and Z. So what is it that is stopping you? What is it? And they themselves left that particular meetup with that questions in their mind. They were all puzzled with themselves, that why did they feel underconfident? Why are they not motivating themselves enough? What is the real problem? Is somebody stopping them? Is it family? Is it their husbands? Is it their children? Is it money? Not really. It was all themselves.
Yes.
Anything on that you would like to tell our
Okay,
women?
so I'm going to give an example, and this is real life example that I have seen before. There's a role available, and there are two different people that are very suitable for the role. Now, they want to apply. Now, what happened is that the male, out of the 10 requirements in that job requirement, he only had 2.
Right.
He didn't have the 8.
Right.
But the female had 8.
Right.
She didn't have the 2. She chose not to apply.
Oh my God.
But the man, he didn't have 8, but he had the 2. He went ahead and applied and he got the job.
Oh, it's just about
It's about
believing
your
in-
own belief in yourself.
Yeah.
Like there is no such. You see, I think it's also because I'll put it this way. I don't know. I could be wrong, okay? As a child, when they grow up, a parent always look that a girl has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And the boy, he can get away with nonsense, whether he don't, he runs and falls and comes back with torn jeans or anything. That's
Yeah.
okay. He can come
Yeah.
back late. But as the daughter of the home, it's perfection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? Which means that you're always going to be the doll in your parents' eyes.
Yeah. That's right.
So it could be the fact that because that's how they were, I don't know. So once they become an adult, they seek perfection within themselves. But then again, I'm not sure. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, no, you're
Maybe.
right. Yeah, that's something we
know,
should all be thinking about,
you know,
right?
You're seeking perfection in yourself. So because you're seeking perfection in yourself, you're then losing out on the opportunities that are actually there for you to go ahead and try.
Yeah.
Makes
sense.
So that I look at it that way. Whereas a boy, it's okay. So
Yeah,
be it. I'll go
right.
ahead. I'll try.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't.
Yeah, right.
What is wrong in a woman adopting that attitude?
Makes sense.
Why? And I think for me per se, I started to adopt that attitude. I won't even use that. Maybe no. There are certain things that I'll say I need perfection. There are certain things, I'm like very, very anal about certain things. But there's a lot of things that I'll be like, it's okay. No
Right.
harm in trying. What's at the most is going to happen, in terms of that. And I think the other way around it also is this. If you love yourself
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
you will have that courage
Hmm.
to want to do something a man or boy can do.
Wow, that's a nice thought. In fact, I want to harp on that a little bit more. Loving yourself.
Yeah.
I think that we don't. Okay, so the thought about loving yourself.
Yes.
You have 6 minutes to spend on the idea of telling the viewers on this entire idea about loving yourself. I mean, I'm not sure why will somebody not love themselves, but now that you say that you love yourself and that has driven you, I believe I don't love myself enough because I've never said this to myself. You
Okay.
understand the idea?
Yeah.
Not that I think that I hate myself or something. I'm sure I must be loving myself, but that I give a deeper thought after listening to you. I don't think I love myself enough. I think I love my cat, dog, husband, and my work a little more than me.
Okay.
But now, if you can help us with
So
that
it's
idea.
like this. If you don't love yourself, how will you love another person
Mm-hmm.
as much as you really, really want to? You got to love yourself first. When you love yourself, only then can you actually give that kind of love to someone else, to something you're doing, with that same kind of feeling and genuineness and drive to it. Like, for example, I love myself. And you're right. We don't say that at the beginning. But I started to adopt that and started saying it. I love myself. And that's the reason why I take efforts to do things for myself. I take efforts to try. I take
Right.
efforts because I keep myself happy.
Right.
If you love someone, you try and keep that person happy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you love yourself, don't you keep yourself happy too?
Of course. 100%.
Correct. So in order for you to keep yourself happy, you gotta love yourself.
Yeah.
So it is something I say over time, and that is what that I believe also helped me build my confidence even more. That I'll just go ahead and do things that makes me happy,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So if I'm going to bring it to this scale, like say if it's going to be a skill set, maybe, I don't know, I say, hey, I want to one fine day do act. And people go like, yeah, right, or and all that. But maybe I will go for acting classes
Right.
so that I could try and be a better actress.
So tell me one thing then. When we are trying to do things for ourselves,
Yeah.
I have seen women pushing really hard trying to be the best mothers, or trying to learn something, or just trying to be better in a class when they're girls, or trying to be the best at their jobs, and they're pushing themselves a little harder to the point where probably they're stressing themselves out. Now,
Yeah.
how does this bother with you? Is this loving
So-
yourself to be successful, or is this not loving enough and loving the idea of success so much that you're troubling yourself?
Okay. I'm going to break it down this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mom.
Mm-hmm.
I am a workaholic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a wife.
Right.
And I'm also a daughter and a
Right.
daughter-in-law.
Right.
Okay, a sister. We wear many hats.
Yes,
Okay, as
yes.
a woman we do, and that's that. And I think certain things, and I think we all do that function really hard and well
Mm-hmm.
because we love that person, so we do it and we do it hard.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
like if it's our child, our husband, and all that, we do that.
Mm-hmm.
But you also need to look after yourself.
Yes.
If not, you will always be tired.
Yes. Right.
And in order to love that person more, better, only when you are happy and you are well rested and you look after yourself, will you be able to give that 100% out.
Right. Makes sense.
So that's why I still say, yes, I am a workaholic.
Mm-hmm.
But they also say, right, if you're a workaholic, how can you be a good mom?
Yeah.
I can be a good mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't define me about being a good mom. I define me about being a good mom.
Oh, that's powerful if you ask me. So one aspect about loving yourself is also, I'm going to define myself. The world is not
Yes.
going to define those
The
roles
world
for me.
don't define for
Yeah.
me. Our parents have set the foundation for us as we are growing up with our habits and all that. We
right.
get a certain stage in our life that our personalities come out.
Yep.
And then we get older, our personalities change and all that. But we are actually setting it for ourselves.
Yeah.
Nobody said, hey, Shiv, you got to be this way because of that. Says who?
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
Why do I have to do that for? Am I going to win an award? Am I going to win a prize for that? No. It's just simply because it's about that person feeling comfortable that you are being a certain way.
Yeah.
Who cares about their comfort?
Yeah.
You care about that comfort. You should care about your comfort first.
Right.
This is not about going defiance and, going against. It's nothing of that. Sometimes is this fortunate enough to get support all the time.
Makes sense.
There's a lot of people that don't get support at all.
Right.
I'm blessed I have support, but I can also say that I helped myself.
Yeah, correct. So, yeah, you're very right about this, because I think we have to help ourselves in this entire idea of loving yourself, working for yourself, helping yourself, not going by what the society or the world is after, is also very powerful, because that also leads to success. You're very right, because you're in that space which gives you, I think, happiness, which is the highest goal to achieve, right? I
Yes,
mean, and in the
exactly.
end, I mean, if you just give a damn to all the other things and just focus on yourself and your happiness, I'm sure we'll all end up right.
Exactly. And why do we need to live by other people's opinions and views?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, no. So we don't need to, but why do we end up doing that, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why do we end up doing that?
Whoever told that to us, yeah, says who. You're very right
Exactly.
about it.
Exactly.
Nobody started it. We just fell prey to this entire idea that, we need to be in a certain, we need to conduct ourselves.
Conduct ourselves a certain way. Okay, I'll take it. Yes, we're Asians. There are certain things, but yes, but that doesn't stop you from doing things for yourself. That
Makes
doesn't
sense.
stop you from climbing the ladder.
Right.
That doesn't stop you from learning how to drive, going and taking your masters, traveling around the world. That doesn't stop you.
Yeah, yeah.
Why should it stop you? Why should other people's opinions stop you? Why?
That's a beautiful question. Why should other people's opinions stop you? So that was an important call, right, that we took. So in the middle of this, we had to take a call.
Yeah.
And that's just the life of women, we just can't say a no. But I think more than not saying a no, this was something that we were driven
It's
towards.
priority. It's
Right.
priorities. It's about your priority at that point of time. Like, okay, I need to take this. It's urgent.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that not we can live our life like putting everything in calendars.
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes it just does not happen that
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now that we talk about priorities,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you will have a lot of priorities through the day and they'll be
Oh, yes.
shifting up and down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's a typical day of life for somebody like you?
Oh, wow. Wow, typical day of life. Okay, so for someone like me, okay, let's talk the main thing first. Priority for me is family,
Right?
but it's also on par with my career.
Hmm.
It's on par. You can't ask me to choose one or the other. No, I love
Right.
them both. And I think I am very blessed that in my role, I have the flexibility that if I need to get something for my son, or I need to attend something with my husband somewhere, or he needs me to do something, I have the flexibility that okay, I could run out, grab something, come back, get certain things done, and all that. I can do that. And I'll still say priority is family for me, because I think I start the day with family. Okay?
Correct.
A lot of times we start the day where the minute we wake up, we look at our phone and we go to
Yeah.
our emails.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do that. But why I say family is because when my son goes to school in the morning, and he leaves for school at 6:30, 6:45, without fail, he comes to my room. Bye, mommy. I'm going to school. I love you. Bye, daddy. I'm going to school. I love you. I love you too, baby. Okay. Yeah, I still call him baby. He's
Yeah.
turning 13,
Oh, of
but
course,
he's always
yeah.
my baby, right?
Of course.
So for me, that's what I feel. And when he does not do that, it feels like the day didn't start right. And I actually WhatsApp him. You didn't come to say bye to me this morning. Why? And he'll be like, no, mommy, room door was locked, or no, mommy, I had to rush, I was late. Okay. So which is why I say for me, that's my mantra. It may not necessarily be another person that goes like, how is that family?
Right.
But that's my norm.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that's my norm. And it's only after that then I can say, yes, looking at my emails, that and all, okay. If I have time early morning, 7 a.m., great. I'll go to the gym or something, get things done. And I'm a morning person, so
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes, so going to the gym in the morning, I feel it's like, okay, great, check in the box, done.
Yep.
Now I can do the rest of the things for the day. Work after that, and even if it meant like lunchtime, like my husband's working at home or he's at home or anything, you want to grab lunch, and I have a helper and she cooks. But eating that good 15 minutes together,
Yep.
you know, it's my anchors.
Yes.
It's all these are my anchors.
Right.
So that's like, you know, that, and then I'm working throughout the day. I take a break in the afternoon, and my boss always tells me, Chef, stop working too long, go take a break. She always tells me that because she always sees me online. Yes, take a break.
I think you're online when you're flying as well.
Yes,
if I'm
I
not
am.
wrong. Oh my
Yes,
god. You
I
use the in-flight Wi-Fi all the times and you're oh my god.
So there is a joke that goes on in the office. Shivani never sleeps.
No, that's very true
Yeah,
because
Shivani
I think
never sleeps because I'm online at 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and I'm online at 2 a.m. at night.
yeah.
But the thing is this, yes, I know it's not necessarily healthy, yes, but I have those breaks in the afternoon. There are times when it's peak for me and I need the me, how I am. And this is where I say that perfection comes in. If I have something to do, like a big summit and all that 2 weeks before, that's it. It's like as if I'm on steroid level 8
Yeah.
out of excitement. I need to be this to be done, pa, 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 pa. But that does not mean I'm like that 365
Yeah,
days.
correct.
I've had my downtimes. I've had days where all I wanted to do, and I've done it a lot, just lie down on the sofa, Netflix for 8 hours.
Oh wow.
I've done that. And sometimes you just need to do that. And there's nothing wrong.
Yeah,
Just nothing
100%.
wrong.
In
There's-
fact, that is somewhere I was getting into. So I did come up with a couple of questions, but I think this is flowing so naturally. Talking about down times, obstacles, those lows in your lives,
Oh.
etc., if you can tell us some of those instances that you remember and how did you get out of that. Now see, I'm sure there are too many stories in the world, just setting context here, that there are too many stories that tell people how they should get out of those lows
Oh,
or
yes.
obstacles and stuff like that. But I think I don't want to hear that sugar coated or that heroic stories, etc. I'm sure there is simpler ways, more honest ways that people have come out of it, and maybe even the confession of not having being able to come out of it and just time healed it or stuff like that. I want to know that part of you.
Okay, so in my instance, I've had many lows in my life. I've had. Uh, but I think this one low for me, I made it my high at a very young age. It's not part of my career, but it was something that molded me, I guess. So my dad passed away when I was 15.
Okay.
I'm the eldest.
Mm-hmm.
I've got two younger siblings.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was 45,
Mm-hmm.
my mom's 42.
Mm-hmm.
And it was heartbreaking. Daddy's number one and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to why I said I started work at 16.
Mm.
After I finished my high school, 8 days after my last paper,
Mm-hmm.
I got a job
Mm-hmm.
in call center and I started working.
Okay.
That became my drive because I saw my mom as a single mom raising 3 kids.
Mm.
She don't need to look after me, but she can look after my siblings. At least I'll look after myself.
Yeah.
That became my drive.
Mm.
So you take a look at it, the low was the fact that my dad died.
Mm.
But I made it my high because no matter whatever obstacle threw me in my life, be it at one point of time when there was a restructure, one of my, and being without a job,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm the sort that can work and all that, I never gave up my career. I never gave up on this thing about slacking in my career and all that. That was my anchor about having my own money, that determination, working through the night, exhausted or anything. But that was my anchor. And I think it just simply went back to the fact that I saw my mom as a single mom raise 3 kids.
Yeah.
And even though I was a teenager, but I saw that.
Hmm.
And that made me that person that I want to make sure that no matter what, I will always be earning my own money. No matter what, I will never waste my education.
Yes.
I will always want to make sure that I'm progressing.
Right.
Now, a lot of people have very different versions of progressing, but this is my version of progressing,
Right.
And I celebrate little bits of wins.
Hmm.
We always have those kind of dreams like, hey, I want to, I don't know, I can't think of anything right now. I can't think of anything right now, but I actually even celebrated, and it was a huge win for me personally that at the age of 25 having my first business trip, and it was to the
Wow.
US. And that was when I bought my first pair of branded jeans at 25.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the US it was Levi's, but it was branded. It's
Yeah.
Levi's. But I was so proud of myself,
Of course.
So little bits like that.
Yeah.
I celebrate those wins, and I think it's very important because those are things that keeps me happy,
Yeah.
so that's kind of more that. I don't know if I answered your question correctly.
Oh yes,
but,
no, you have. So I think what I was looking for, or maybe what women out there are looking for is, or I think this is more generic, not even specific to women, is about turning your lows into highs. So you gave
Yeah.
a very beautiful example about it because you cannot sit and brood on it.
No. I mean, what can I do?
Yeah.
What
it's-
can you do?
Yeah, really. And but then tell me one thing. there's a question that I have. Maybe I want to now join this to this part of the conversation is, and if you can, share a time when you felt like giving up and how you pushed through it.
Oh, wow. Yes, I can actually. This is not too long ago, actually. This would have been 14 years ago, 13 years ago per se, where I was previously married, so and I was going through a very, very messy divorce at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, but now I'm remarried to a wonderful man. But just before that, my circumstances are circumstances that I did not wish for other women. Even if it's a person who hates me or anything, or anything, I don't. Getting beaten up all the time.
Oh. Yeah.
And I still remembered that one time where I was getting beaten up so bad, and the only thing I had as an image was a deer being mauled completely by a lion, and that deer couldn't do anything. And I felt like that. I really, really felt like that. Many times, in fact, that image. But very strangely, what turned me around and made that onto a positive note was there was a little bit of implication at an incident at my workplace. And I said, enough is enough. No one is allowed to put sand in my rice bowl.
Yeah.
I'm out of this completely out of this. And that's where it's low, going through a tough experience like that and having a 1-year-old kid with you. It's very low. But I did it. I said enough is enough, because my career was my anchor.
Yes.
And the minute you try to put sand in my rice bowl, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, enough is enough. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
With my kid, I went through the storm.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not something I talk about often at all. I don't think we ever spoke about this.
No, we
but
didn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But that turned my life around, because I didn't sit down and cry and go, why me? Everyone does that for that bit, for that short while. But after that, I was like, hey, I got a kid.
Yeah.
I got to put food on the table.
Yeah.
I still had the dreams that I visualized myself that someday I'm going to be a CMO of an organization and I'm addressing a crowd and all that. I've always had that vision. Yes. If I'm not going to help myself, who is?
Yeah, that's so true.
And that's my child. I can't be depending on my family or anything. It's my child. I choose to bring my child into the world. It's my responsibility.
Yes.
Yeah. So that became a high.
Wow.
Working towards it, looking at my child being one of my anchors.
Yes. That's really inspiring.
And this is why I always tell this to people, don't ever say women can't do it all. You can.
This was my next thing, that what do you want to tell the women out there who feel suppressed all the time?
Stop feeling suppressed. If you're not going to help yourself, no one will.
Yeah.
You can go sob and cry and tell 1,000 people your sob stories. People will feel pitiful for you. It's a 5-minute feeling. They'll feel sorry. They'll feel pitiful for you.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to help yourself, who's going to help you? Who's going to help you? No one will.
Right. With that idea of who's going to help you, right? Do you think women are helping one another enough? Are we uplifting one another enough?
Okay. Are we lifting? So in my circle of friends, yes, we do that. And I think that's also the reason how over time, bunch of girlfriends of mine, best friend, we all became really close, because we always support one another, uplift one another, motivate one another in anything that they're doing.
Yeah.
In terms of that. Now, are we doing it enough? For me per se, and with the people I work with, people that I know in the industry, I can say that in comparison to what it was before and now, people are doing it more. But
Right.
can we do more? 100%.
Yeah.
100%. We can definitely do more. But just don't be about that person that you expect someone to motivate you on a repeat mode and you do
Yeah.
nothing about it.
Right.
And I think that's the problem. People sometimes expect to be motivated.
Yep.
They expect things to be given to them on a silver platter. You're great, you're this, you're that.
Yeah.
But you're not doing anything about it. And I think maybe that's where I think, and one of the reasons why we lack those kind of encouragements. Because people start being judgmental and go like, she's like this, this and that. I don't think I want to encourage or
Right.
anything.
Right.
But encouragement is free.
Hmm.
It's like giving a compliment, right?
Of course,
Compliment
yeah.
is free.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give a compliment. Let the other person feel good about it, because that encouragement will help them. Sometimes they just need to be told, you're doing good, you're doing well. And that little motivation factor
100%.
helps.
Yep.
You know, so
No, I certainly know this part because when I started Éclat, I didn't have a lot of pedigree on me. You know, so there were people who would have spent decades in the industry doing stellar work and then started their own agencies and stuff like that. And people would believe in their work, right? Because they'd build a reputation out of themselves. But I did not have all that on me. All I knew is I love to do what I'm doing today, now that I've seen a certain stage. But when I started, I had that same passion and love towards what I was doing. What really helped me in my early days was that one single liner or a compliment coming out of a client, something like well done, well thought. That's creative. I couldn't have thought about it this way. Oh, that's fresh. Even an approach which is not too much out of the box, but it's just fresh. You know, such simple words kept
Yes.
pushing me through to where we are today and what I'm trying to achieve. And now I want to give this back to women, is why the She community, after all, you know, because I know I was lucky enough or privileged enough to find that support
Okay.
in my family, from my clients, in my work, from my colleagues and employees. But I also had times when people tried to pull me down, but we got out of it, which is why my
Yes.
question, you know, that do you think women are supporting one another enough? But I'm glad to know that we are doing it more than before, but we
Oh,
can definitely do
We
much
can definitely
more.
do
We can
more.
do much
But
more.
I think it also goes back to this thing, right? About people are sometimes being scared. Women are scared of trying. They look at perfection. So because of
Yeah.
that, they feel that if they don't have 2 out of the 10, I'm not perfect enough, so I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to do anything about it.
Right.
And you see, those are the kind of things that stops even, like, I have complimented people on the street, like, you've got a, and I've really gone up to people, I'm like, you've got a pretty face.
Yeah.
You've got a beautiful smile.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, thank you so much,
I
and all that.
know.
But it just made a person's day.
Yeah. Totally agree.
You know? But I think I started being like that and encouraging more, but I think it's because I started to love myself more. So when you do that, you also feel good complimenting and giving good words to someone.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Yeah.
So again, we circle back to the idea of loving oneself. I think it uplifts the entire spirit of a person,
Yes,
right? If
it
you're
does.
loving yourself, and so what do you do to when you love yourself? What is it that you do that you can tell our women listeners that they should start indulging into? Gymming is one thing I heard about.
Oh yeah,
You take
so
care of yourself.
I do that for a very simple reason. Hey, if I want to look hot at 50, 60, 70, and I use the word hot,
Yep,
okay?
yep.
I use the word hot. I want to look hot. I want to look good at that. You don't wait at that point of time and do it, you know?
Right.
You gotta make sure you're doing it years before. Get it into a lifestyle. Look after yourself.
Yep.
Get your skincare done. Get your health screens done. Don't take it for granted that, hey, I'm fine. I can run. I can do all this. Hey,
Yeah,
you don't know what
yeah.
works on in your body.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
So once you do all things like that, and you feel good about it.
100%.
You feel really good about it. When you take a look at your health screen results and it's all green, yeah, I'm doing all the right things. Take your
Correct.
vitamins, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
So Super important. And all these are little perks. And when
Yep.
people come and tell you, oh my God, you're looking good, your skin is great, wow, you know, and all that, you feel good about it.
Yeah.
And you're like, yes, you know,
Yeah,
these
I
are,
know.
and you see, this is the thing. These, it's about that starting.
Yep.
Start to do it. Get it into a journey. Get into a habit.
Hmm.
You know, even if it means get into a habit. Do what works for you, and that's going to help.
Hmm.
And when someone comes and compliments you or says something, yes,
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I look at it that way, and I think also because I look at everything as glass half full.
No, that's a very positive attitude. I think,
Glass half full is super important.
yeah.
And this is a mantra. It's not my mantra, it's my husband's mantra, by the way, but I take it. Choose to be happy.
Yeah.
Happiness is a choice.
Hmm.
It's not another person's responsibility to make you happy.
Right.
Happiness is a choice.
Well said.
Choose to be happy. When you choose to be happy, when you look at things as glass half full, people can say, hey, look, yeah, you're not having as much issues, but why I have, you're not this and that. Why are you even thinking like that? If I go through the list of all things that I've been through and all that, like, hey, come on. But you see, it can be any situation.
Yep.
Any situation. Try and look for that positiveness
Yeah.
just to help.
Yep.
Just to help. It can be in your opinion, it can be a dead end. But just try and find that tiny little hole in the wall.
Yeah.
You know, try. You know,
Yeah.
instead of saying no, it's not going to happen. No.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That.
No,
So
that's actually an
how
amazing
I-
thought. Yeah.
And that's how I've been for quite some time. Yeah. So it's not a case that life was a breeze. No.
Yeah.
I had a lot of hardships, I feel. I being starting work from 16, losing a dad at 15, starting
Yeah.
work from 16, and lost money, this and that, a breakdown of a first marriage and all, and raising a kid by yourself on your own. You know, all these things are huge blocks
Yep.
and challenges in anyone's life.
100%.
But it's how you navigate it through positivity, and it works out at the end.
Yeah. No,
So-
that's actually very inspiring. If, in all honesty, I'm sure everybody has their own definition of hardships that they've gone through.
Exactly.
But I think power through. That's
Yes, you got to
we
power
should-
through.
yeah.
I mean, if you talk about the Adam and Eve story, wasn't Adam made out of the rib of Eve?
No, Eve was made out of the rib of Adam.
Oh, really?
Oh, how I put it, anatomically, or at least in the worldly senses, God made men.
Yeah.
Then he thought I didn't do enough. Now I need to, I hold my reputation. So then he made women out of that
Yes.
little element of a man, and then
He gave us something extra.
yeah,
A little rib.
Now he said, "Oh, now the world looks balanced. Now I did the right thing. That
Yes,
was my decision was
exactly.
not complete." So then he put women there. I hope women believe that fact that we are the correction to the world God was about to make, and
I
then they
agree.
start finding their worth, and then you see how the world will change.
Exactly. And I think women need to start telling themselves this: I am valuable.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I am valuable. And there is nothing wrong even in looking at yourself in the mirror and going, I love you. I mean,
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
People might feel shy saying it, but no one's around if you don't know.
Yeah.
Just look at it and say, I love you. And sometimes when you get into the habit, you feel good about it.
100%.
You know, it's
Yeah, I'm
just
sure.
little tiny things
Yeah.
that start building on that positive vibe in you.
Yeah. No, that's lovely.
Yep.
So then tell me, how do you, apart from staying happy, loving yourself, what does Shivani do as hobbies? What do you love to do? What are your interests?
Okay, so I love dancing.
Amazing.
I
So
love dancing.
Yeah.
So I really like dancing, but no, I don't dance I've not taken dancing sessions, nothing. I don't do waltz, nothing of that.
Yeah.
But when there's great music, I'm more than happy to stand up and dance. And And that's what I do with me and my husband when we are out.
Lovely.
Great music. Doesn't matter, no one's dancing. We'll shamelessly stand up and dance. We'll do that. So yes, I like doing that. I love shopping.
I think it's therapeutic.
Yes, I agree. I completely agree with you. I love shopping.
Yeah.
You can never get enough of handbags.
Yeah, I know. However, these men try to tell us that what is the need. I always tell them it's not
There
a need,
is
it's a want.
Yes.
I just want it.
Yes, exactly. I like it. I get it. Yes,
know.
They can never get enough of that. I love that. I do love having a glass of wine and all that. I do enjoy it. I love indulgence as that such. Once in a while, enjoying it, appreciating the finer things in life.
Yeah.
Because I earned it. I'm
Oh
worth
yeah,
it.
100%.
So, yes, that. I used to enjoy baking. I still do, but now I think I'm a lazy baker. I know it's weird. I like taking photos, and I actually started off taking photos of my niece when she was born.
Yeah, you love taking photos.
I do actually, and there is some immense joy in that. And it's not and I like that portrait kind of thing. So it's like lifestyle photography. So I started off with, like I said, my niece.
Yeah.
When she was a little baby, I took it of her and my cousin. And then I started taking here and there. And I think I won't be surprised if I have about 2,000 photos of my son by now. I won't be surprised of that. Started taking for families, the kids, mother and child, and all that together.
Oh,
so
wow.
I enjoy it actually.
Where do we get to see these pictures? Do you post them?
I do randomly here and there.
Are you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram.
Tell us your handle. We'll have our viewers follow you, find some pictures there.
Strangely, it's not there. Okay, it's
You
not
need to
there.
post. Then
Yeah,
you
okay,
need
I
to
need
post.
to post it there.
Yeah.
Usually, my Instagram has a lot of crazy things. Yes, I've got the family, I've got the friends, and then I've got reels done, strange reels and all that I put up. No, as in, I share it, you know.
Okay.
People are like, where do
Okay.
you find such crazy things? I'm like, somehow or other. Yeah, so I have that there. But no, most often, a lot of these photos I take, I just give it back to the person. And I'm like, hey,
Oh,
together,
so
like,
nice.
oh my God, it's so,
So
nice,
cute,
it's
yeah.
so sweet. And all that. So I actually enjoy it. And I like being part of photos too, just like
Lovely.
yeah, so when we do vacations, I always look out for a photographer. So I do, we've done a few shoots in Barcelona, done in Tuscany, in Italy, we've done in New York, we've done desert in Dubai
So nice.
and all that. So I like doing that because those are things that are memories.
Right.
Right. You don't want to always end up taking selfies.
Of course,
You know?
100%.
Doll up. And I think this is one thing we don't do often.
Oh, yeah.
Dolling up.
Yeah,
Dolling up makes you feel good. Take your photos.
of course.
Yeah. So
So I think one of the mottos that we'll take away from this is love yourself, happiness is a choice, and doll up.
yes.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah, three
Doll up.
mantras we are going with. Lovely. So I think now I have something where I would love for you to empower women in the
Okay.
workplace. So a couple of questions. One of them is how can women who feel stuck in their careers or personal lives find their way around? Personal life, I think you've covered quite a lot in the previous parts. But women who feel stuck in their careers.
Okay. First thing I'll really say is find a mentor. Find a mentor in your organization.
Yeah.
And I think that's very, very important.
Yeah.
Find a female mentor.
Yeah.
If you really cannot find a male mentor,
Right.
Someone that you know that will be able to give you sound advice.
Right.
I mean, always remember the mentor is not there to make your decisions for you.
Right.
Your mentor is there to give you some guidance so that you make your own decisions and you
Right.
have that confidence in creating those decisions. So finding and I think this is something a lot of people generally don't do. They
Right.
confide in their friends and all that. But a friendly advice and an advice from a mentor is two different type of
100%,
advice.
yeah.
So seeking a mentor in your workplace environment or in an industry body is very important. That's number one. Number two, don't shy away in creating a brand for yourself. On LinkedIn, I put up my brand is school did not teach me marketing.
Yeah.
So and I live by that because it's
Right.
true. I learned marketing by getting my hands dirty, by rolling my sleeves up, by getting
Yeah.
things done, by learning.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to learn. There's a lot of these free courses and all that they have on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Go ahead and learn.
100%.
Learning doesn't stop. You can be 70 years old, 80 years old and learning. And my mother-in-law just did. She went for a
Wow.
course on cybersecurity,
Oh, nice.
and she is 77.
Wow.
Exactly. Something
Wow.
so that you know how when you're getting all these scam calls, how do you identify and all that. So if my mother-in-law can do that,
Oh, yeah.
so can anyone else.
100%. 100%.
And also, don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to reach out to people that you see that are more extravagant online about what they are sharing
Yeah.
in their roles.
Yeah.
Reaching out to them and saying, hey, can I have a few minutes of your time? I am in a career fix. I'm seeing and reading what you're writing, and
Yeah.
I'm just hoping you could give me some advice.
Yeah.
I just want to hear from you or something. Don't shy away from it. People don't mind if you're going to ask people for career advice, for help, what should you do and all that. People would give their time.
Yeah.
So-
I'm sure you would.
Oh yes, I would. I
Right?
definitely would.
So,
I
so
definitely
anybody
would.
who feels stuck anytime, you can definitely reach out to Shivani on LinkedIn at least. I mean, there's
Yes.
no harm in writing. Maybe you might not have the most accurate advice, but you would definitely not related to their streams or industries, but you would definitely be able to guide them in the
Exactly.
way they should be looking at solutions.
Correct.
Where can they find those answers, right?
Yes, exactly. And look out of the box also.
Yeah.
Don't always just look at within your circle.
Right.
Always network. Always look beyond your circle and hear and see what you can find. You'll be
Yeah.
very surprised I have learned and have taken many career related decisions based on talking to people, based on their experience, based on what they went through, based on what they've shared on
Right.
LinkedIn and all that. I've taken it with me.
Right.
And I've even reached out to a couple of them, like asking them, hey, you wrote about this, but can I just ask, what did this one mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Of
In
course.
fact, they appreciate it even more, like, hey, someone's
Yeah.
reading.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, that's
That's-
very interesting. So, mentor, find a mentor.
Find a mentor. I think that will really help, because if you're feeling really stuck, try and find a mentor first, because you don't want to be in a situation that you make a rash decision
Yeah,
and you regret it.
right.
And a lot of times people do that, taking rash decisions and regretting.
Yeah.
Because they did not talk to someone about it. Talking to a mentor is not like, it's talking to your friends is different. Talking to
Yeah.
your family is different. Talk to a mentor
Makes sense.
and find that. Yeah. And yeah, that to me, I think that would actually be the first step and the most easiest.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to go and
True.
pay and seeking professionals,
Oh,
this
yeah.
and that.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
If you can find someone in your work stream itself, in your work environment itself, go and talk. See also, like, you're stuck, look into your organization and see if there are other roles you could try.
Yeah.
And go speak to that hiring manager and find out more. It's not about you wanting to apply, but try and find out more about that role.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't have that experience in that role, give yourself a goal. Okay, in 6 months' time, in 9 months' time, I want to be in a position to feel confident to apply for that job. What do you need to do?
Yeah.
Go figure out. This is needed, that is needed.
Yeah.
Go practice, go find out this and that and all that. Do that. Do the work. Yeah. And that
Makes
would
a
at
lot of
least help.
sense.
Yeah.
How do you celebrate your successes and growth?
Oh, wow. The first thing I do is tell my loved ones. That's
Yeah.
important. I tell my loved ones
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. That is
100%.
super, super key. And I think I celebrate it in various ways. Many, many ways. Like, when I turned 40 3 years ago, I celebrated it by taking a holiday.
Lovely.
So, yes.
I think that's the best way of celebrating.
Yeah.
Right?
And yes, I bought myself a Sabyasachi handbag. That was a present for myself.
Oh, I still have to make a visit to Sabyasachi. I think we should do it together.
We should.
Yeah,
We should.
this
So I
store.
bought myself a Sabyasachi handbag, telling
Lovely.
myself it's my milestone of turning 40. This is a present for myself.
I'm doing that. I have 4 years ahead of me, but yeah, I am definitely doing that.
Yeah, so I did that. So that was that I did that 3 years back. So that was so good.
Yeah.
So I celebrated with little wins and all that. Like yeah, and sometimes certain wins, don't be shy to share it with the world. Don't
Yeah.
be shy. Who cares if anyone's gonna talk? Let them talk.
Yeah,
So what?
100%.
Okay. So what?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't be shy to share.
Yeah, that's
it's
very
okay
true.
to share.
Yeah.
It's okay to share. Celebrate your success like that. You know, you will feel good about it. And it's important. You got to make yourself feel good.
Right. After all, happiness is a choice we are making.
Exactly.
Right?
Happiness is a choice. Being happy is a choice.
Right.
It is not another person's responsibility. It's your own responsibility to being happy.
Lovely, lovely. So then the next section that I have for you is given that you have spent substantial time in the industry working, all the years that you have worked, you have gained a lot of exposure and experience of yourself. We are seeing a future generation emerging, right? These are the generation after the millennials as well, the Gen Zs that we talk about,
Yeah.
or the Gen Zs and millennials that are coming in front of us. So a couple of questions with regards to them. I'm sure they'll also be listening to this at certain points, and I'm sure they will want some kind of an inspiration. What qualities do you believe the future generation of girls and women should harness if they want to achieve success in a world like ours, the corporate world?
Okay. Success don't come overnight. That is the one thing you need to get to your head. Okay. If you have seen a lot of these successful people around, remember they worked hard for their success, but they also worked really, really smart.
Yeah,
It was not about working day and night.
yeah,
They started from scratch. And as time went by, they learned the tools, they learned a lot of things, they seeked advice, they made many, it's okay to make a mistake.
yeah.
They made so many mistakes, but they never gave up. And I think that's the problem today. A lot of times, when they make one mistake, two mistakes, they give up. Don't give up.
Yeah,
We all make mistakes. We all grow from there.
yeah.
And
yeah.
10 years down the road, you'll laugh about it and go like, yeah, I did that.
I know. Yeah. There are a
You
lot
know?
of instances I reflect back and think, hey, did I really make that call? Did I really send this message out to this person? Oh my God.
Exactly. So it's okay to make mistakes, but always tell yourself and always remember success does not come overnight.
Right.
But with hard work, with doing the right thing, taking the steps, being smart, learning, you will get there. And don't set, everyone can have milestones. Everyone can say, hey, one day I am going to be a CEO of
Yeah.
this. But always set mini milestones you want to do. In 6 months, I want to get this done.
Yeah.
In 6 months, I want to do this. In
Yeah.
3 months, I want to do that. All those things are actually what that is also going to help you in your corporate journey.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
always
makes a lot
always
of
do
sense.
that.
Yeah.
And that's how we did. I mean, yeah, maybe the older generation might not necessarily say that in this many words. They might just go like and say, we worked hard from day and night, okay, to put food for you on the table, okay, right? So our
Right.
parents, our grandparents would have said, okay, yes, and that's why you got your degree, because you went to school for that.
Oh yeah.
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 And
100%.
school is important. Stay in school.
Oh yeah. Very true.
School's important.
Yes.
Okay? Not, I know everyone has this new age occupation thoughts that I want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah. Influencer. YouTuber.
I want to be an influencer. But let me tell you this, it's hard work for them too. You don't know how they started.
Yeah.
They started with 0 views, 3 views. But they constantly, it's their own way of constantly never giving up.
Yep.
It's not success that came to them overnight.
Overnight.
They were not born with silver spoons, golden
Yeah.
spoons, or
Yeah.
diamond spoons.
Yeah.
They worked hard too.
Yeah.
So don't underestimate that. Don't look at the final product and go like, I am going to be a YouTuber. Great.
Yeah.
Are you willing to put that kind of crazy hours, that kind of thought processes, that kind of being upset when you see you had 3 views, 10
Yeah,
views,
and the
and
resilience.
you know, are you willing to go through all of that? So always look at things like that too.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And what advice do you have for women struggling with work-life balance? In fact, this is a question that we had written down, but before that, I would like a precursor to this question is, what is your take on this work-life balance for both the types of women, women and girls rather? So the generation now and women from our time. What is your take on the work-life balance of how is it perceived and what's going on in the corporate world?
So remember earlier I said what's are my priorities? My
Yep.
priority is my family
Yep.
and also my career on par.
Yes.
That's work-life balance. There is no such thing as balance. There will always be times that one takes precedence over the other.
Right.
There would always be times for
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Okay? But there would always be times where you tell yourself, no, for the day, that's it. I'm giving myself a break.
Right.
And it's fine.
But
It's
then tell
okay.
me this entire idea of 4 days work week, or I can only work for 8 hours and I would not stretch myself. And if I have to for work, I think the company is exploiting me or something like that. I mean, where is this entire mentality going towards? What is this driving towards?
So, Wrinkle, you know how hard you work to bring
Yep.
up your organization.
Yep.
You never told yourself, I'm going to do an 8-hour day job.
No, I never told myself. True that.
Exactly. And that's why it goes down to this success does not come overnight.
Yeah.
If you're going to have that kind of mentality about, I'm only going to work 8 hours a day and then I'm going to, or I'm just going to have a cushion job.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do, okay, fine. By all means, go ahead, do that.
Yeah.
But do not get jealous or upset when you see people, your friends, people of your age group, people younger than you,
True.
climbing the ladder faster,
Yeah.
earning more, going
Yeah.
places more.
Yeah.
Don't blame them. Don't say, oh, this, that, anything. You had the opportunity to do all of that too.
Yeah.
But it's a choice you choose to make. Yeah.
Makes sense. Because there's a whole lot of debate going on LinkedIn and YouTube and, all these portals where people have the opinion, free will to talk about the work-life balance and how we're losing it and how we should gain that back and stuff like that. But then somewhere I always felt like, all the hard work that I put in my early years, trust me, it has given me more than balance today.
Exactly.
I can take an off when I want. I can spend time with my family when I want. I know my work is taking care of itself. There are people taking care of work for me, etc. But that did not come to me magically if I started whining about work-life balance at the age of 20. I put
Yes.
in my years in the beginning and today I'm enjoying the fruits of it.
Exactly. So that's the thing. Work hard at the beginning. Work hard. And you will know when it's time and what is your work-life balance.
Yeah.
But
right,
if you're going to
right.
set it straight at the very beginning yourself, I'm only going to work 8 hours a day when you're 20, 25 years old. Okay. You can
Right.
go ahead and work 8 hours a day, but 10 years time, don't get envious
Uh-huh.
of someone
100%.
who is of your age or younger that is far ahead in you in your career, in their career compared to you. Don't do that.
Yeah. So with that, what advice would you want to give women who want to build that kind of a career in tech, who want to succeed in tech? What are some skills that they should develop, or what is some attitude that they should really harness?
Okay. In tech, remember, you will always keep learning because tech is always growing.
Evolving,
Today it's AI. Maybe 10 years down the road, they might have something called ZI. I don't know.
Yeah.
DI or I
Yeah.
don't know. Something like that. We never know. So you need to know that if you're in tech, you're always learning. And do not be afraid of learning from others.
Yep.
Don't be afraid about that. Get interested. Cool. If you really want to know if you're interested in tech, just go onto YouTube and put there Cybersecurity 101. As simple as that, and see if you're interested in it.
Right.
Just as an example.
Yeah.
Nowadays, a lot of colleges and universities and even high schools for the matter are starting to put in technology as a subject.
Yeah.
Or as one of the topics in science or something in there, just to spark the interest of the child.
Yeah.
So by all means, go ahead and do that. Like even if you're going to say, And we're going to look at it this way. Look at robotics for the matter.
Yeah.
And it's you don't want to do tech, okay, but you want to do something similar, or you want to be in the medical industry, but you don't want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Look at robotics.
Yeah.
Why? Because robotics will eventually, with the whole AI functions and all that, it's devices and technology as that such that is getting into the operation theaters and all that stuff. So literally I'm trying to play around with like, okay, how could you try and do something
Yeah.
without necessarily being too mainstream,
Understood.
in that sense.
Right.
So don't be afraid to be out of the box and try. Yeah, go to a free course, go online, look at a free course, and just figure out, okay, do a 2-hour thing, or see if it sparks your interest, great.
So what I take away from this is that don't be afraid to try,
Yeah.
upskill, and maybe go out of your comfort zone and be open to trying new things and thinking out of the box,
Yes.
right? So I think that attitude will help you succeed in the world of tech.
Correct.
Right?
That will.
Lovely,
That definitely will.
Lovely. So I think with that, I think the future generation, the current generation, they have decent things that they have taken away from here. Oh, okay. Now this is a question specifically only for women. So
Okay.
not in tech, not career related essentially, but something which is a sort of a purpose that we are driving with the She community.
Okay.
What kind of impact do you think women of the world could make if we united together?
Oh, wow. Wow. That would be really, really nice. I can't visualize that impact, but I will say it will be as equivalent as 10 men going on a boys' trip together and keeping their mouth shut when they come back and telling their families, we just went to the temples to pray. That kind of close-knit tightness and bond and trust would be formed. I know it's a bad example, but
Yeah.
I know
No, I
it's a
see where
bad
you're going.
example, but that bond,
Yeah.
when you do that, you're able to, that there's a lot of things you can do. I think I won't even use that word, the world will be a better place. I'll just say that the opportunities that people predominantly saw that is for men only,
Yeah.
it will no longer be gender-based. It will be capability-based.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. What a thought.
Capability-based.
Yep.
It won't be gender-based.
Yep.
Yeah. That. I mean, there will be some roles, definitely, I guess, that would be gender-based, but it will be capability-based. I think it's that. I think
It's a
that would
beautiful
also
thought.
help where the fairness of salary structures, as
Yep.
an example, in terms of that, and also where, like, maternity leave for women is depending country to country, but maybe men would be given, extended, or even like they have paternity benefits and all that,
Yeah. Yeah.
those kind of things may not necessarily be the same, but something of equivalence also, so you have things on par. Yeah, and that.
So do you think that we women should I'm sorry, I'll just take that again. So do you think we women should be driving this entire idea of being more united? Or do you think it is already in action, it is already in motion, and we should be leveraging all those opportunities around us more?
I think it has to be a blend of both. It has to be a blend of both. I think, for example, having a community like what you're building right now is definitely many steps in the right direction. Why? Because when you form a community like that, you're also bringing like-minded women together that have those kind of capabilities to help other women out there.
Right.
So you're expanding the reach.
Right.
In terms of that. And it's not about making a statement or anything, but it's just simply about giving them and giving other women the opportunity, like, hey, you can be as capable in doing this.
Right.
You can.
Yeah.
It's from you can, eventually they saying I can.
Oh, that's so beautiful. You can too, I can.
Yeah, you can too, I
Lovely.
can.
Lovely.
That.
Lovely. This has been really inspirational, Shivani. Great talking to you, but that's not the end of it. We have another exciting session coming up for you. So, Shivani,
Yes.
are you ready for this next session? So, the rules of the session are pretty simple. I'm
Alright.
going to ask you a question and you cannot lie about it. Not that you have, but a disclaimer because the questions are pretty twisted.
Okay.
Yeah? Chalo, let's begin. If you could instantly become an expert in anything, what would it be?
Oh my god. Expert in something. I think, oh wow. Oh wow.
We want to be experts at everything, right?
Yes,
there's so many
exactly.
things.
There's so many things. I think if it's going to be an expert, I will say about just simply talking things just like that. Like going up to someone and starting a conversation. Conversation starter.
Oh, I
don't know.
think you're pretty expert at that.
So I think that's an expert in that. A conversation starter with random people. Yes. Okay.
Ah, lovely, lovely. Okay, the next question. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh my god, chicken curry.
Chicken curry, the Indian style chicken
Yes.
curry? Ah, lovely.
Indian style chicken curry with
Amazing.
potatoes. Yes.
With potatoes?
With potatoes.
Ah, that's interesting. Okay, the next question. What's the strangest dream you have ever had?
Oh my god, I've had this twice and it's so strange and weird. So, I dreamt that I got so fat and I couldn't go through the door. And because of that stupid dream, I woke up and I went to the gym. Okay?
Oh my
I'm
god.
serious, okay?
I think we should all be seeing that dream once.
Seriously, I remembered having that dream once when I was in Australia for vacation,
Uh-huh.
and I had that once, and I decided it was on my birthday, and I decided no, I got a dream that I got so fat and I couldn't go through the door, so I need to go to the gym. I need to go work out. And my cousin and my husband were like, "What's wrong with you?" And then this also happened again a few weeks ago because I was so stressed and I was stress eating and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
I dreamt, and it was so much of weird dreams, but the end dream that freaked me, 4 a.m. I woke up, I got so fat I couldn't go through the door. I went to the gym at 5:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a strange
That's
dream.
a strange dream.
Okay, what's the most ridiculous thing you have ever bought? Not expensive, ridiculous.
Oh wow, ridiculous thing I ever bought that just made no sense. Oh wow, there would be quite a bit, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure you love shopping.
Yes, exactly. And especially during the COVID times, random
Yeah.
purchases
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
I think it would have been the, when you want to do those coffee art.
Yeah. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
And they had the paper
Yep.
with the coffee art
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing. And you got to use the chocolate powder.
Yep.
So I bought that stencil.
Okay.
Okay, I know people say it's great, but I don't like chocolate powder on my coffee.
Yeah. Now that's ridiculous. If you're not going to be using it the way it's supposed to, with the thing it's supposed
Yeah.
to, yeah, why buy it?
I
Oh,
just bought it
amazing.
because it was 50 cents. Like a sale, great, bought it.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure this is going to get a lot of comments. If I have to ask all the women out there, what is the most ridiculous thing you have ever bought? I'm going to read that. We should be reading that together someday.
I'm sure that's definitely not the only item, but off my head now, I can't think of anything
Yeah.
else.
Right. Okay, now this one is interesting, okay? If you could be a house fly on the wall in any room, whose conversation would you like to overhear?
Oh, wow. In any room.
Anywhere on earth, any room, you're just an insect and you're getting to hear what's going on.
Okay.
What would you like to hear? Which room would you like to be in?
I think I would like to be in the room of. Oh, wow, there might be a lot of controversy around this one. So I'm not sure.
Oh, but you're a housefly, it's okay.
It's a housefly. Just a random housefly. Okay. So if it's going to be that, then I think I would want to be in the US Parliament
Yep.
house. Yes.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I would want to
I
be in
think
there.
most of them would be
Yes. I
there.
would want to be there.
Lovely.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. What's the weirdest compliment you've ever received?
Well, the weirdest compliment I've ever received. Okay, I wouldn't use this word as a compliment, but I was very surprised when I received the comment because I did not think it was noticeable or anything. When someone said to me, "Your ears are actually quite small."
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I did not know what to make of that.
You know what's going to happen at the event tomorrow now that you've said this? I'm going to be watching other people's ears and comparing your ears to them. Oh my God. I just can't.
But yes, someone actually said that to
Okay.
me years ago. Hey, you actually have very small ears. Okay.
Wouldn't know how to react to it as
How
well.
did yeah, like, okay.
Okay.
But then
But you took it as a compliment.
no, I just felt like okay, I wouldn't want to have very big ears, but
That's
I didn't
certainly
know how
something
to
you didn't.
react, yes.
Amazing. Okay, so the next one is, what's the funniest thing you have ever done to get out of a sticky situation?
Funniest thing I've ever done to get out of a sticky situation. Well, I really can't. I think I must have done this before. I think it was a group discussion, and conversation was getting heated.
Uh-huh.
It had nothing to do with me, between two people, and then I just went like, "Hey, not bad. Actually, this shirt color looks nice on you. You know."
Oh my God.
Like, huh? Really? Oh. Like
Okay.
you just diffuse it that way. Like, yeah, I've done something like that.
Interesting.
Another time I just went like, yeah, I did something like that. I did say that. Yes, it was a shirt. Correct. I was just trying to remember whether did I say the shirt or whether was it the tie. But yeah, it was along those lines.
Actually, if you go to see, that's interesting. More than funny, it's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a tip for us.
So that, like, okay, that, right. So that
Nice.
helped to diffuse because why you're bringing that heat down in the room,
Yeah,
right?
100%. Nice.
And especially when you are not the person in conversation.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
but you just want to diffuse the whole thing.
Yeah, amazing.
that-
So good compliments. Any
Yeah.
compliment will
Yeah,
work.
give
I
a
suppose.
compliment.
Yeah. Nice.
You've got, hey, your ears.
Yeah. Let's make a few people conscious next time we meet them and suddenly compliment
Your
on their ears.
Yeah. That would be hilarious.
Amazing. Okay. If you had to spend a year in one location anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Spain.
Spain, yeah.
I love Spain.
Lovely.
I like Spain and okay, it's a torn between two. It's Spain and Italy. But I'll say Spain. Fine, give me Spain. Spain
Okay.
and Italy. I liked Spain. I liked the idea. I just liked it. I just felt very comfortable being in Spain, going around and all that. So I liked
Nice.
it. Yeah. No,
Lovely.
I'm not moving to Spain though.
No.
I'm not.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the weirdest thing you've ever Googled?
Oh wow! I think I Googled a lot of crazy nonsense. Weirdest thing I've ever Googled. You know that thing about whole striphobia or something? Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. There's so many people who are watching and just ran away. I'm sure.
So I think if
I know, I definitely know a creative producer, Vivek, just ran away. He has this big fat phobia of these things. And there's this particular fruit or a vegetable that people keep posting about.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I've done those kind of thing, and I like to, for some reason, if I go into a movie or something, especially when it speak about the Italian mafia and
yeah.
all that. I like to look into their family history and find Don
Nice.
Colleen's family history and find out this, that, and go all the way back.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I like doing stuff like that just to see that so it started there and this.
Yeah.
Also she did this.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
all that,
interesting.
especially when it comes to those kind of things and all that. So yeah,
Right.
so
Very nice.
the triphobia, it's not for anything. I don't like looking at it. I don't like it. But I remembered very clearly. I wanted to trick my sister and my cousin, Pravina and Jitan, and I actually wanted to find a different word for triphobia.
Okay.
So that would, in my opinion, it's weird because nobody looked for triphobia. But
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, that.
Oh my God. Okay. If you could relive one day of your life, which day would it be and why?
Oh, wow. I think I would. Wow, there's too many days actually, to be honest. But there's a few that stood out for me. So can I mention two?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I think the day my husband proposed to me.
Oh.
Uh, yeah, I was so happy. I said yes without even looking at the ring. So yeah, we went out on one knee. That would be
Wow.
one. And the next one would be when my husband had done a legal adoption of my son,
Mm-hmm.
and the day the day I collected the birth cert, because you got to do the whole through process and all that.
Yep.
So when I received that birth cert, that happiness I felt,
Oh wow.
I would relive that day. Yeah,
Again and again.
I would relive that day because I was so happy.
Oh.
I was so happy.
That's so nice.
So like I said, for me it's family.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really family. So
Lovely.
these would be the two things.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. That's very beautiful. Okay, moving back to crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Oh my God!
No lies.
Oh wow! Eating various bugs.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Where did you do this?
So I've done it in various places.
Ew.
I have eaten bugs with my cousin-in-laws. We had a girls' trip to Pattaya, and we ate crickets. So that I have eaten various crazy things. I've eaten a beetle in China.
Okay.
Yeah, I've eaten snake meat when I was younger.
Okay.
I have had frog's legs. Is not weird because I like that. It tastes like chicken.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes, it does taste like chicken. When you're in Singapore, I'll bring you to go eat some. Then this would be so weird for me to say, but I'll stay it still. Bull's balls in Taiwan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever watched MasterChef Australia. There
Yeah.
was an episode in the last season, I suppose, where this, a culinary expert or a celebrity chef comes in and he gives people a challenge that you have to recreate a dish and something
Yeah.
like that. There was a bull's penis in it.
So I ate bull's balls.
I can imagine.
In Taiwan.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes.
How was it?
Very tasty. With
Interesting.
vegetables.
This is going to be a meme. Can you imagine?
I hope not. I'm serious.
You have no clue what you just said. With vegetables. Wow.
Vegetables.
Nice, nice. What do I have the next one? What's the most out of character thing that you have done?
Out of character.
Yeah.
Oh. Doing something crazy is in character.
Good to know.
Yes, it's in character. Getting emotional is also in character. Being loud is in character. I think being quiet and indifferent and calm.
Okay.
Being very calm. Alright. Like being super calm and having no reaction would be out of character for me because I have my emotions on my sleeve and on my face.
Yeah.
I can't fake my emotion.
Right.
So yeah, I
Wow.
think that would be that being super super calm and indifferent. Yeah.
Nice. Good to know. Okay, and the next one. If you could have any superpower for a day, what would it be and why?
For a day, read people's minds.
Nice. Yep. 100%. I don't need to ask why.
Yeah. So I will know what you're thinking.
Yeah. Okay, you must have already answered this, I suppose, now that you said taste people's balls. What's the weirdest food combination you secretly love?
Oh my god, I just did that on Sunday with my son and he hates it.
What is it?
I like to eat French fries dipped in chocolate shake. I even have a video to show it. Seriously. French fries dipped in chocolate shake. So,
Salted French fries.
yeah, French fries dipped in chocolate shake. And
Okay.
I like it. And it's tasty. And he told me, Mommy, you're an insult to French fries. Yes. Yeah, I love eating French fries like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, you can give it a try.
Yeah.
Why not?
Chocolate shake.
Nice. Okay. If you could swap lives with anyone for 24 hours, who would it be and what's the first thing you'd do?
Oh, wow. Swap lives for 24 hours. Who would it be? Anyone.
Yeah, anyone.
I would... Oh, wow. I really can't think of anyone, really. No, oh, wow. Swap lives with someone. I love my life.
Wow, that's nice. Actually, that's powerful.
Yeah, so...
I mean, wow.
Yeah, maybe I will swap lives with Joe Biden because he's still the cousin president of the United States, right?
And what is the first thing you would do?
I don't know. No, actually, no. I wouldn't do that. It's just too much of effort. Why would I want to go all the way there?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I would do. I can't think of anything really.
Yeah.
No, I can't think of anyone top of my mind on who would I swap lives with. Yeah. Maybe I would, yeah, I can't think of.
Oh, that's
of
interesting.
anyone. No. I wouldn't want to say I want to swap lives with my husband, then we're dealing with someone like me. No need.
We should ask that question to him. He would want to swap lives with you, maybe. Right. Okay. Then what's your guilty pleasure TV show that you're embarrassed to admit you watch?
Oh my god. You know those crazy series that is like season 1, season 2, season 3? Those kind of long ones.
Yeah, super long ones, yeah.
Those super long ones. There's some Hindi ones that I liked. I know one of it is where it's a mother and daughter duo. I can't even remember top of my head.
Uh-huh.
They're fashion designers.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember it. What's it called? It's on
Me
Netflix.
neither.
There are 2 seasons of that. Then there was... I like those chick flick kind of series. I think sometimes it's nice because you just tune out and you just watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like stuff like that. And yeah. And
interesting.
season 3 of Emily in Paris is coming up, so I'm excited about that. So,
Right. Okay. What's the most unusual thing you have in your bag right now?
The most unusual thing in my handbag. Oh wow, I've cleaned up my handbag. So
So
okay, I won't say
usual.
unusual, but I'll say I carry it with me all the time. My rosary.
Not unusual, but yeah, nice.
Yeah, from the Vatican
Great.
City.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that
nice.
would be that. And next to it is my inhaler. So yeah.
Right. This one's interesting. And you have to share pictures with us for this one. What's the most embarrassing fashion trend you have ever tried?
Oh my god. I think it would have been. I don't have pictures of it, but I remembered it. Wearing baggy jeans as a teenager
Yeah.
with heeled like boots
Yeah.
and a collared kind of shirt that was checkered and big buttons.
Mm.
I was just trying to match everything in trend together.
Yeah, I can imagine. You don't have a picture of that.
No,
huh?
I don't. But I remember that.
So what
like,
we'll do is when we are post producing this episode, we'll sketch out something and put your face to it.
Can.
And let's see if it's
Can.
anywhere close to what you have done.
Okay. Can do. Can. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if it turns out to be today's fashion now?
True.
Or a new fashion to set.
Can.
So with that, I think we conclude the show. It was great to have you.
Sorry.
No problem.
I was receiving messages.
So that was the last message.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, and you did well.
Okay.
Yeah, you did very well. So with that, we conclude the show.
Thank you.
It was absolutely
Thank you
great
for having me.
Thank you for being this bloody brilliant babe you are.
Thank you. And thank you for being a bloody brilliant babe too in creating this.
Lovely, lovely.